Hi, so the project that I'm going to talk about today, it is requiring services necessary to bring certain sites into being compliant. These sites are at the Tabor Creek Recreation Area, and this area is located northeast of Wells, Nevada. So the ABA generally requires that any federally funded facility, whether it's designed, built, altered, or leased, that it is accessible to individuals with disabilities. So Tabor Creek Recreation Area consists of 12 campsites spread out along the Tabor Creek side of a primitive road and 3 vault toilets located on the east side of the road. So the sites labeled number 5 and number 6 were chosen for ABA conversion due to the direct proximity to vault toilet number 2 and the existing ground conditions. So both sites will have concrete pads constructed per the supplied drawings to provide level parking, picnic, camping, and fire pit areas. The concrete pads are large enough to have unimpeded clear distances around each feature for those with disabilities to move around freely. The vault toilet will have a concrete parking pad with an unloading zone to facilitate unencumbered access to the toilet facility. Minor concrete work includes the construction of a concrete dumpster pad and the relocation of 2 kiosks and 2 fee stations. So the material specification is actually in the description of work because the project calls for the installation of concrete pads that will make it accessible for campers with disabilities at 2 existing campsites, and these concrete pads have to be compliant. They are poured in 6 inches in depth. There will be compacted gravel pad. So the completion of these will be at the same elevation of the existing ground to have a smooth transition from pad to earth and vice versa. All the specifications are on the documentation that is available for the scope of work. The timeline does say that it needs to be completed 45 days after the award has been made. So okay, now for the cost breakdown spreadsheet. As you can see here, we have listed out the materials and the quantities, the unit prices, and then the total costs. There's a lot of concrete on this because obviously it is a concrete job, but we also have the work, the tasks that need to be done for excavating, pouring, the framework, all of the installing of the signs, and every upgrade that needs to be done to this job site to make it part of the ABA compliance that they're asking for. You can see the breakdown, and my total from my estimators is about $64,000. That's what it would cost for me to hire people to do this, to use subs, not self-performing. If you do concrete, this is a really good one for you. Okay, now to summarize, this job is calling for the installation of some concrete pads. So my estimators gave me a number for about $64,000. This number is with the intention of using subcontractors to help me do the work. This job went for $90,000. That's what it was awarded for. So there's probably about $26,000 in profit. I'm sure you're wondering, how are these numbers possible? Let me tell you. Our federal government owns and maintains nearly 1 million buildings across about 500 agencies. Congress allocates $270 billion a year to maintain them. Yes, that is billion with a B. What's interesting about that number is that if you take a year and remove all the holidays and all the weekends, there are about 270 business days in a year, which means every business day our federal government is trying to award $1 billion worth of federal construction contracts. What? And guess what? There are only about 25,000 registered federal contractors, and 25,000 federal contractors cannot perform $1 billion worth of construction in one day. That means a lot of contracts are going with 1 or 0 bidders. Federal Construction was created to help guide you to find the right training and become a federal contractor. Our goal is to increase the number of good federal contractors to bridge the gap between all the myths related to performing work for our federal government and the reality that if you can do construction locally, you can be a contractor getting work done for the United States government by being a national federal contractor. Let us know how we can send the information you need to get started today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe so I can keep making videos to help you see the numbers that I get to see every day. Thank you and have a great day.